One word to describe China.
Hectic.
Epic.
You'd think that I was afraid of heights, but... Oh.
Babe, you're a cheese tart.
In China, you can maybe get a bit worried that you don't know how to read, Mandarin, read Chinese. But lucky they have the signs in English as well.
A year before coming to China, we visited Japan. And what I can say about traveling in China from a Westerner's perspective is China is like Japan on hard mode. We got into Shanghai at like 6 a.m. We got the maglev train, which was super fast, back into Shanghai City. We dropped our bags off at the place that we were staying and then went out to try and find some food.
Where do we go?
Walked down the road, saw this place and figured we may as well go in because there's heaps of people in there, so that's got to be a good sign. And we walked in hoping to order from pictures, but they're not pictures at all. Luckily there was a lady behind us from LA who interrupted us and actually ordered for us. So this is what she got us.
The thing about Shanghai is in 1990, the skyline looked like this. But today, the skyline looks like this.
One of the best skylines you'll see in the entire world. Absolutely cool.
So Shanghai is the most densely populated city in the entire world. With 24 million people, it has the same population as our entire country of Australia. So we really wanted a taste of traditional Chinese food. So on our first night in China, we booked a street food tour with a company called Untour.
The food in China is nothing like the Chinese food we have here at home. They have a lot of interesting mushrooms and desserts. There was a mouth-watering garlic eggplant paired with bread, which was absolutely to die for. And they have a fatty lamb they import twice a week from the border of Kazakhstan, which was so juicy.
On the tour, we also got to try beiju, which is a spirit fermented from grain that's been around in China for like 1,000 years. What's also interesting is I'd never heard about beiju, but it's the most widely consumed spirit in the entire world.
Gumbe.
It has like a sweet pineapple taste with a bit of a kick.
That was a lot of shit. I'm not going to show it.
We only had 10 days in China and we wanted to pack in as much as we absolutely could. We spent half the time in Shanghai and half the time in a place called Zhangjiajie. But before heading there were just a few more things we wanted to see in Shanghai. The first place was Yuyuan Garden.
To get into the statues and stuff, you pay through this little hole in the wall right here. 3? Oh. Uh-oh. And that's how you get your tickets. Wait, that's money. Oh. That's how you get your tickets to go into Yuyuan Garden.
Which was cool. Has some really unique religious ceremonies. Had a tea house built in 1559.
There wasn't one iron bolt used in the construction of this. They used bamboo pegs. Queen Elizabeth II paid to visit in 1986 to drink some tea.
Some really cool yogurt things. Lots of tea. And some amazing architecture. And the second place we wanted to visit before leaving Shanghai was, of course, Disneyland.
Come on, babe, this is good. Disney!
What? You think that was weird? That was a joke for people who watched our Poland episode.
Come on guys, let's explore Krakow!
Anyway, back to Disney.
So behind me is the biggest Disney castle in the world. Disneyland is so magical. It has different sections for you to completely immerse yourself within, like the world of Alice in Wonderland. Go through the doors and you might just find yourself in a maze like no other. Yup, there's a Mad Hatter's tea party in the middle of the maze.
So we are about to go on the Tron ride.
Yeah.
Which is this right here. Who's going on that?
Fast.
Let's do it.
Roller coasters scare me so much. I'm not normally one to voluntarily hop on one of these, but I had to give this one a go.
Oh my gosh, that was intense. Amy liked it though. That's amazing. She said she'd do it again.
Scary though.
It is really, really scary.
Yeah, it was scary. Look at my face. I am petrified. The thing I was most excited for was the last show of the day. The big grand finale with fireworks above the castle. Unfortunately, there was too much wind that night though, so we had a light show instead. This was how we finished our day at Disneyland.
All the losers get that car, and we get the first class car.
And now it was time to head off to Zhangjiajie.
Automatic doors.
The only reason we could afford first class flights was because they were $2 more than economy.
As soon as we got on our first class seats, we got offered juice and we got our blankets.
Warm towel.
Warm towel, straight away. Can't wait when you're in first class.
We just got asked, what do we want for dinner? And what time do we want it for dinner? And what drink do we want?
Because Google is banned in China, you can't basically see any street view images or any images from Google Maps. So we didn't know what Zhangjiajie, the town, looked like at all. We just booked a cheap hotel and organised to be picked up by the people who own it. However, when we arrived at 11 p.m, they weren't there.
So we've arrived in Zhangjiajie and our hotel was supposed to come and pick us up and have a sign for us and everything to take us straight there. But nobody's turned up. So now I've got to figure out what to do.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Sorry.
You forgot about us. And you?
So I eventually contacted the guy over WeChat, which is just like a messaging app on the App Store that they use in China, and eventually he came and picked us up. We started hitting some dirt roads and construction sites and some really weird areas with no lighting at all. And Amy and I were looking at each other going, we feel vulnerable.
Zhangjiajie looks different to anywhere else that we've been.
wires sticking out of the mirror.
Wires sticking in the mirror. So we got to this hotel. It's $28 a night, and the host is amazing. Besides forgetting that we were meant to be picked up.
So for those wanting to check out Zhangjiajie, it's a little bit confusing. We flew from Shanghai to Zhangjiajie, but if you want to go to Zhangjiajie National Forest, you have to go up to Wulingyuan. But if you want to check out Tianmen Mountain, the one with the glass walk, it's better to stay in Zhangjiajie because there is a lift that takes you to and from the top of the mountain from the middle of town. Needless to say, we were confused and overwhelmed, so we decided to get a local guide. His name was Eric.
We just went to a local place, and the lady asked Eric my age, in which she guessed 55.
No, I said 55.
Oh, Eric said 55.
Yes. Yeah. And the lady said, okay, I got it. Yeah, no, with no doubt.
No doubt, because of my beard apparently.
Eric picked us up from our accommodation and took us to get some traditional Hunan province breakfast.
So this is what they consider no spice.
My lips are burning.
Lips are burning.
After that, we all got on a bus and travelled 1 hour north to Wulingyuan. We dropped our bags in our next hotel, and he went through the plan of attack for the next 3 days. We bought our permits, we entered Zhangjiajie Forest, and our first amazing view happened in the world's tallest outside elevator.
请大家注意看正前方，各位来宾， 我们正对面的那一大片拔地而起的石峰林，就是张家界的著名景点之一——江间乐队。都说张家界里有神仙，门对面的山顶上就是神仙居住的。
So, Eric, is this your secret spot?
What?
Is this a secret
yeah,
spot?
secret spot.
We're going to a secret spot.
Yeah, we are going to walk through a black hole.
A black hole. Okay.
And at the other side, nobody knows what the view it will be. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we got you.
I'm the
Wait.
map.
I was just saying to Amy that we would have been completely screwed if we didn't get you. We would have no idea
No,
where to go.
it's a flattering, but accept it.
Zhangjiajie National Forest is huge, and because we were only there for 3 days, Eric was a huge help. So Zhangjiajie National Forest is where they got the inspiration for Pandora in the movie Avatar, and you'll see why.
300 meters.
Whoa. We are just leaving Tianzi Mountain now, heading on the cable car back. And tomorrow we're going to check out some caves. We're going to the bottom, we're checking out the bottom of this place.
So over the 3 days, we spent 2 days in Zhangjiajie National Forest and the last day on Tianmen Mountain. The difference in culture between Shanghai and Zhangjiajie is quite profound. People in Shanghai are used to tourists, they're used to seeing Westerners, but in Zhangjiajie it's a completely different story. I remember a uni student asked our guide if she could have a photo with us because apparently we were the first Westerners that she had ever met in person.
The second day we went up the Golden Whip stream at the bottom of the pillars. People keep pulling Dave aside and asking to get photos with him.
They're like, this girl came up and she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, okay, and I took a photo with her dad, and then people started lining up, and I was like, okay, I'm good to go now.
Just got to start charging for it now.
Yeah.
Then we'll make our return trip back.
Yeah.
If you look up tranquil in a dictionary, you'll find the Golden Whip stream. The last day in Zhangjiajie was my favourite in the entire trip. We stayed back in Zhangjiajie Township the night before. Eric picked us up for breakfast again, and then we head up to the Tianmen Mountain.
Shortest distance has the most bends. 11 kilometer, 99 bends.
Tianmen Mountain is definitely one of the most epic places in the entire world. Look at what the road's like just getting up there. After we reached the bus car park, we decided to ascend to the top of the mountain.
We are standing at the 999 steps to heaven, which these steps here that go up to this circle, well, this hole in the mountain, which is the largest hole in the mountain in the world. And yeah, look at the hut. It's absolutely amazing. We don't think we're fit enough to do it, but we're going to give it a go anyway.
Okay.
We did it!
Made it.
We made it up to the top.
So puffed.
You did this in a jacket, a jumper.
My legs are like jelly.
Yeah.
A big part of coming to Tianmen Mountain for me was that I am absolutely terrified of heights.
Oh, I'm feeling dizzy. It's so scary. So we're at the top of Tianmen Mountain. If anyone knows me, they know that I'm actually very afraid of heights. So we're about to go do a glass walk exactly for that reason. So this is it. To be perfectly honest, I'm pretty scared.
Just about to go over the glass bridge. They make you put on these little booty things.
The glass walk is where you walk on glass with a 700-meter drop underneath you. At this stage, I had such bad anxiety that I distracted myself by talking to the camera.
It's easier just talking to you. God, but this is 700 meters drop.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Stepping over fears and overcoming mental boundaries with a view like that seemed like the perfect way to end our time in China. China was such a different place for us, but a place that we will never forget our time in. Sometimes coming home is the best part about travelling, made even better when you have a puppy to welcome you. This is the first trip that we have done since getting our puppy Butters.
Hey, Butters.
Yes. Hello. Hello. Oh yes. Hello. Hello.